Morning. I'm sitting here in Texas watching the sunrise, and it's so beautiful. And just thinking about this weekend with some conversations I've been having with my family, my very conservative family, very Christian family that I was raised in and who I love very much. And yesterday, after getting super fired up because my brother tried to defend Trump's nomination of Kavanaugh, you want to get me fired up, can start there. After a conversation about how Barbie points out the fallacies in the patriarchy, and he was trying to say there aren't any. And you can imagine where the conversation went. But beyond that, that movie sparked a conversation between my mom, too. And she said she had no desire to go see it because she doesn't think that its themes are accurate and that it overlooks broader themes of love and Christianity and following Christ. And we went around in circles about that for a while, and I told her that it's not a movie about theology, that it's a movie about a corporation and the roles of women in our society and patriarchal power and the fallacies of toxic masculinity and how that's bad for everybody in society. And I asked her to separate her theologic impressions from a movie and look at what good points it is making about our society. And she said that she couldn't do that it's so wrapped up in her line of thought that she was unable to. And yet, right after the conversation about Barbie, she and my dad had gone to see Oppenheimer, which is arguably also a movie not about religious theology at all, about nuclear weapons and morality and one man's genius and or fallacies that changed our world. They didn't like the sex scenes in the movie. They didn't appreciate that. It's fine, valid point. But they never brought up religion. She said the movie overall was very good. They really enjoyed it. They could have done without the sex scenes. They probably won't watch it again due to that. But overall, really, really liked the story. And I just thought how interesting it is to wrap up your theology and your religion about a very morally benign movie. It has no sex, it has no bad language. It doesn't have anything overtly inappropriate, even for kids. It's subtly making a comment about our society, and yet religion plays heavily into why she doesn't want to see that movie. And yet Oppenheimer, which morally has bad language and sex scenes and all of that, never brought up religious theology at all. That was a well-done movie. So she can separate the two when objectively viewing a movie. And I believe she uses religion as a smokescreen for why she disagrees with a particular theme or message. And maybe that's too harsh, but in that conversation, I saw a big divide between why you would like this movie and not that one. Neither has anything to do with theology and religion. They give very different messages and very different themes. What it comes down to is you don't like the message and the theme of what one movie is trying to say over the other. And you use your faith as a way of spiritually bypassing the message that the writer and the author is trying to give. And I just find that so curious and conflicting. You know, I was raised with these themes, with this ideology of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And I don't see that being played out in our politics at all. In fact, I find it abhorrent what the GOP is doing right now. And yet, my family is so quick to defend and to judge and to spiritually bypass those concerns. and yet embrace others that have nothing to do with faith and religion and goodness. So I'm sitting here watching the sunrise and being grateful for the love and the joy and the peace and the patience and all of those things, and watching my niece and nephew grow up. So good morning.